Yes, so good evening to you. How's it going?
I'm doing great. Awesome, Janelle. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well, ma'am. Thank you for asking. And I'm thrilled to be a part of having this conversation with you. So,
Same here.
so I would like to know about your journey. Like as you have been teaching for a long time, tell
Uh-huh.
me something about
Yes,
that.
yes. I'm Sheela. I hail from Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu.
Okay.
And yeah, I have done my PG in sociology. I
Mhm.
started off my career as a lecturer, but only I continued that job till 3 to 4 years. Then I took a break and then I dived into market research. And then I was working as a market researcher for say around 12 plus years.
Mhm.
Then from 2010, that was a very hectic job because I had to travel a lot.
Okay.
So then I thought that, yeah. So once, my parents were with me. So my house was, like they were managing the house for me. But once they got old, I couldn't take that much of travel. So I thought
Hmm.
I'd step down, but I didn't want to sit at home. So because I'm very ambitious by nature. So then I thought what to do. And since I'm good at, like language, so my husband suggested why not Hindi here because here Hindi is there's a need gap, especially for
Oh,
spoken Hindi. Yeah.
wow.
So that's how from 2010, I'm into this fully.
Okay. And
So
apart
that's
from
it.
Hindi, you are well versed in English as well. So is English a regular, like native language over there?
Yeah. That
Okay.
plus, it was not a conscious journey because I started off very early, right from my childhood, this English
Got it.
journey. So
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know it just developed because I did my schooling from Maharashtra.
Okay.
So, and I was in a convent boarding school. So there we had to talk in English. And even when you come back to the boarding, you had to speak in English. So there was
Makes sense.
always that, that speaking environment was there. So
Mm-hmm.
that's how I picked up. And
Nice.
later in my job, I had to polish my English because
Got
as you grow, you need to know, like your English need to be, advanced
mm.
level English. And so all that I learned from my job.
Wow, that's tremendous. And if I may ask you, like, if you had to give some advice, advice to youngsters like us, on in terms of life and situations and everything, what kind of advice would you like to give to us?
First of all, I would not use the term advice because it is so people are so averse to it. Suggestion you can call it, not
Okay.
advice.
No issues.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would say that like I think today's generation is very smart, General.
Really? You think
That's
that
yeah,
way?
yeah. So what they need to do, I like they are exposed to so many things at a very early age. Unlike our generation. Or
Mm-hmm.
I'm meaning myself, not you. So I think they are smarter and they know how because now the world is very tough. You need to be, survival of the fittest. That's for sure. That's what is happening. So I think they can be at it and like they know better than us actually
Really?
because because like see we belong to that old school. Okay, old
Yeah.
school in the sense like we like wait, watch, like thoroughly, but they are like quickly, fast. So that we learn from them. But
Okay.
yes, what advice is, what suggestion I would give is, like take life as it comes. Don't plan because nothing
Okay.
works out as per plan. But believe in yourself and your beliefs and your ideologies or whatever your goals, because
Okay.
that has been my guiding force at least. So
Hmm. Okay. But I guess I tend to disagree in this because you said that today's generation is really quick and all that. But I feel like slow and steady wins the race. Don't you feel that way?
I think that proverb need to be changed, tweaked a little bit in today's scenario. Yes, slow and steady wins the race, but nowadays, if you're very slow and very steady,
Hmm.
you will be left behind.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant actually. Yeah.
But I feel like your generation was really lucky because what I feel is today we have resources, but at the same time we have a lot of distractions also. So I feel like the older people were lucky. They were really enjoying the life, like you said, like
Yes.
life as it is. We are always, anxious about our future, no matter how much skillful we are. there is always a kind of, back in the mind, there is something
Yeah,
going on.
correct. And today it's a rat race, Janel. It's just
Yeah.
purely rat race, you know.
Mm,
And like as you said, no, if you have a lot of resources, that makes you a bit lethargic
true.
because you should have that curiosity in you of
Mm,
exploring, searching. That keeps you alive.
right.
So that, like when everything is available, you don't need, like that curiosity is a little bit toned down. That again
Mm,
depends from person to person, what kind of a person you are.
yeah. In my case, I feel different. I feel like, no matter how much I do, I always feel like I'm lagging behind. Like because of social media and everything, I feel like that guy is doing great, that another person is doing better than me, so I have to work really hard. So I'm always, working hard for the future. And sometimes I tend to forget to live in the present.
Yeah, yeah. But why, correct me if I'm wrong, but why do we need to compare ourselves with others, Janelle? We should have
Yeah,
belief in ourselves, right? No?
definitely.
And a person like you should not be comparing yourself with anybody at all.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I feel like, there is always a room for improvement. And
Improvement, yeah. True.
yeah, so that thing
True.
is there. Um, but however, I feel better when I reach out to people like you, where I can get the chance to, grow myself, be it by conversation, be it by learning from life experiences of other people. So I always like to meet people, good people like you, from whom I can acquire some sort of knowledge.
Like I was just, like before this, I was just mulling over the video session that I had heard of yours, and I said, see how quickly everything happened so quickly. In the morning, I saw just today morning I saw your conversation, and I sent you a message and you responded immediately. I should
Yeah.
really appreciate it, huh? And then see things worked out. So when things have to happen, they happen,
True. Like in that video also, like Rajni and I were discussing about universe and how universe
yes,
works and all.
yes,
So I
yes.
feel like if you put something good in the universe, good will come to you.
It come back to you. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you should do it with a very pure, sincere, true heart,
Definitely.
isn't it? Then
Yeah,
it'll really bear fruit. Yes, yes, yes.
definitely.
Yeah. True, true, true. And I also like you. I also believe in karma. So
Hmm.
that's what like attracted me to your conversation. And yeah, because and plus you said you're doing PhD on Bhagavad Gita. Oh, that was the icing on the cake.
Yeah, that thing is there. Like on weekends, I don't take any classes. So on Saturday and Sunday, I make it spare so that I can reach out to creative people like you and have a conversation. So on weekends, I tend to do that, and that's why I immediately replied to you that yes, let's do it. I'm
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It feels happy, when you talk to people, where you are able to have some, like you gain so much out of it, isn't it?
Definitely,
In
definitely.
the end, it makes you richer. That's what I
Mm,
feel.
true.
No?
Like after every conversation, I feel contented, and I feel like my life is meaningful. When I do
Correct,
something productive.
correct, 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 correct. How's your day like, Janelle? You are really busy, is it?
Yeah, my from Monday to Friday, it's I my plates are full. Like I usually remain extremely hectic, but on weekends I chill. I chill out. I read
Okay,
books. I do some some things like charity and all. I watch movies. I'm fond of watching movies. So on
okay,
weekends, yeah, I
okay.
tend to I hang out with my friends.
And sports?
Sports. I am a yoga teacher, so on regular
Yes.
basis I have to
Yeah,
teach yoga.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Any sports that you love watching or playing?
I'm into wrestling, so I like to watch UFC, WWE.
Okay. What is it that WWE is it?
Yeah,
Okay, I think that has no age bar, right?
definitely. Like I grew up
Uh,
watching John Cena and all the famous like WWE stars, and
yeah.
whenever, even like on weekends, if I'm not, if I'm not having anything to do, I simply watch all videos of WWE.
I earlier thought only school students watched it, but my
Mm.
son still watches it. Then I realized that like it is across age groups.
Yeah, That's true. That's true. But
Yeah.
into speaking of WWE, it was far better back in 2000s when this all superstars were there. As of
Yes.
now, there is no quality in it.
He used to make me sit and watch with him, though I didn't like it because it was so violent. He will tell me, no, sit with me for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I used to feel so bad because I can't take it, no, like all that. Then that's how I learned little bit from him. I will not, he will tell me the name of the moves that they, like that they use and their names. That's how I learned John Cena. And, like that time who was famous, of course, what's this
Under
guy's name? And
Undertaker.
that Death Bell, what's that guy's name?
Uh,
Undertaker.
Undertaker. Yeah, that's what.
Undertaker. Yeah.
Now all those people are retired. So WWE has lost its charm. Like nowadays, the young generation of wrestlers.
Now who's the latest? Raymond. No, what's this guy's name?
Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns. He's
Roman Reigns. Yeah, 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 yeah. Correct. And there was this Undertaker's brother also. I forget his name.
Kane.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Because like I had to sit with him and watch, so he'll ask me, you remember the name? No, next time I'll ask you to tell me the name.
Even I can resonate with you because now I tend to watch a lot of Hollywood films, and my mom always, she is cooking in the kitchen, and sometimes she even takes a glimpse at it. So she often now she's able to recognize the names of the movie stars. Like Tom
Yeah.
Cruise is my favorite. I admire him a lot. Tom Cruise. Then he identifies
Okay.
Vin Diesel, Dwayne Johnson. Like today itself, I was watching a movie. So she was able to identify that this is Dwayne Johnson. So it makes me feel happy.
Correct, correct. I'm not much into movies. I watch, but very rarely. I don't watch my language movie.
Hmm.
I watch either Malayalam or Hindi,
Okay.
but that too very rarely. I don't
Okay.
go to the theaters because I am very, I can't take that noise.
Okay.
I am very averse to loud noise.
Got it. I'm kind of frugal person, so I feel like if I'm getting the movie at home, why should I be spending the money on
Correct,
in theaters?
correct.
Yeah.
We do watch at home, but very
Mm.
rarely. Once in a month or maybe twice in a month itself is a luxury
Okay.
because my husband doesn't watch. He cannot sit in one place for 3 hours for a movie, so it's out of question for him. So it's only my son and I. So when he gets the time, and both of us should have the time, common time, then we watch. But not much into it.
So, in your spare time, what are the things that you like to do?
I see to it that I get less of spare time because I love what I do now. So I don't feel like having a separate hobby to keep
Oh.
myself I don't need to like unwind myself actually. So what I
Mm-hmm.
do, I love. I have classes throughout. There are breaks in between, but then I love talking to people and that's and I love reading, though I have cut down on reading now. Earlier I was I was too much into reading, but now with I feel now, no, I can't take stories or, gone are the days. I started off with, that typical any, like 10-year-old, fifth standard was Enid Blyton. Then I graduated from Enid Blyton to James Hartley Chase and then Mills and Bourne, all the typical journey.
Nice. Wow. Great.
Yeah.
It's inspiring.
And
And
the comics, of course, in art, comics were like, I don't know whether you all have heard of those comics, Mandrake the Magician, Phantom, all that.
okay. Wow.
Yeah. But those were the ones that taught me a lot of English in the sense, see, we could always speak simple English, yeah, correct, we could speak, but the way like it is written in that, and like how to make the conversation interesting,
True.
isn't it, with a
Yeah.
little bit of light conversation, laughter and fun and all that. So I
Mm.
love that. Even if you talk to someone for 10 minutes, there should be like, okay, yeah, I spoke to her, like there should be that. I should
yeah.
leave that kind of an imprint, I feel.
Mm. It should be refreshing, rejuvenating, kind of
Huh.
like that.
Yes,
Mm.
yes, yes. Because this I got very early on from my mother. My mother used to say that always your actions should speak louder than your words. The other
True.
person will forget your words, but your action will remain forever. So see to
Definitely.
it that, yeah.
Mm. Wow. Nice. I'm learning a lot from you. Thank you, ma'am, for. being a part of this
Because
conversation.
luckily, I had a mother who was 10th pass, but she was such a, what do you call it? She was a very, a sharp lady, a shrewd lady. I call
Mhm.
her my Chanakya. She's been my, till she was there, she was my Chanakya for me. You
Wow,
know. So she taught me life lessons, like which,
nice.
yeah, yeah.
Speaking of life lessons, as you're just like me, as you're fond of karma and also you are into Mahabharat. So, what are the things that you like about Mahabharat specifically?
Specifically, there are so many things. Mahabharata is such a huge thing and so many characters in it. And each
Definitely
character has sub stories, stories, sub stories, isn't it?
true.
Of course, Krishna, of course.
Mm,
And I like Vidura's character.
okay,
Each
okay,
character has its importance.
definitely.
And
It
it's like,
speaks
see,
volumes.
imagine in those days how as though they had gone to some management class, the way they framed strategies, isn't it?
Hmm.
It's like really mind boggling.
Definitely,
And
definitely. I
every time
completely,
you read it now, you learn something new about it.
definitely. Yeah. And on top of that, like every incident teaches you something about life, be
Yes.
it any character, be it any incident, or be it any kind of ideology.
Yeah.
It speaks volumes.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Learn
the way
from
they have explained it, like why the war what was fought, it was not a war, it was actually a personal war of, like who all. So that article, when I read now, it was like really an eye opener that,
definitely.
in
Yeah.
those days, yeah, that much has, like happened. And they've
Mm,
captured it so well. Yeah, of course there will always be an, like some element of, like research pointing something different, because you have Mahabharata written by one person and then written by another person, or then, like illustrations and meanings by so many people. So little bit of here and there, no information may be a little different, but the
yeah,
gist is the same.
definitely, definitely.
Yeah,
The more I try to dwell into it, the more I try to, be more attached with it. Like I feel like I should be digging deeper and deeper into it. And I get a lot of outcomes. I get a lot of mindset kind of like thing that I should be doing this rather than that.
correct. And no, I learned one thing from Mahabharata, that your mindset is everything.
Definitely, yeah.
That, it portrays it so well that your
Mm,
mindset, if you can tweak and tune your mindset, you don't need to worry about what the other person is doing to you. How you respond is in your hands, isn't it? So that,
true.
like, yeah, that Mahabharata taught me, I can say,
Mm,
conditioning the
definitely,
mind. Krishna talks so much about conditioning the mind, that,
yeah.
and the way he explains to, like, what's this
Yeah. Arjuna,
no, mm, their step brother, the elder brother, I'm forgetting his name.
stepbrother,
The Kunti's son, the other son, who was not with them. Oh,
Karna, Karna.
Karna, yeah. The way he explains to Karn that, like you are fighting your personal battle. This is your personal battle. That is why you are on the side of the wrong. You are
True,
the side of Kauravas. Why? He says that because he gave me the respect which I didn't get from here, from his own brothers. But he said it was not that. You were satisfying your own ego,
definitely.
because you were always ridiculed in the society, because the, like the all these people considered him as not a, kshatriya, na. So that's
Mm,
why they didn't let him in. So he said that I got respect from
because of
Duryodhana.
that.
And he made me the king. So that is
Mm,
why I'm loyal to Duryodhana. He says, all this you're telling, you're, this is your own justification for yourself. It is not right. It is your personal battle. It's really nice, yeah.
mm,
Every time you read it now, you get to know something so new about it that there are no
yeah,
words. No wonder
definitely.
it was, yeah, 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 yeah.
Even like the story of the relations between teacher and his disciples, like
Yeah.
Dronacharya, the story of Eklavya, the sub stories, those are also
Ah,
intriguing. The story of Barbaric, Karna, Ghatotkacha. Every
ah,
story has its
yes,
own values.
yes, yes. And how each of them, like Gadotgaj was a pawn, a mere pawn,
Mm,
isn't it? And
yeah,
how Krishna played with all these characters, like puppets, and he had that thread in his hand. And the beauty part is that he knew everything,
True.
isn't it? That's it's like amazing, amazing, amazing.
I don't know, but I watch it somewhere, like on YouTube. Like at the end of the war, when Duryodhan was dying, I watched it on YouTube. I'm not sure whether this is authentic or not. He showed three fingers to Krishna. That means that three ways through which he could have possibly won the war. But
Okay,
Lord Krishna says that even though if you have done that and those kind of things, you would still have lose the war because dharma was not in your favor.
in
I
yours.
was in,
True, true,
in the favor
true,
of
true.
Pandavas.
Yes, yes. That's what is his message. That whenever dharma is is at stake, I will come and I will like, yeah. So
Mhm.
that's, yeah, yeah. Many of them are there who like do not they are not in favor of Krishna's strategy.
Religion. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
But I would say like everything is fair, isn't it?
Definitely. And
Everything.
it's quite fascinating that Lord Krishna even himself had to, sometimes do the deceits in order to win the war. Those
Yes,
deceits
yes.
are also quite intriguing
Yeah.
when I study it.
He says a lie told to save somebody or to like literally please somebody is not a lie.
Hmm.
Yeah.
True. Be it the story of, the killing of Dronacharya, uh,
Correct, correct.
Karna when he
Correct.
was on like beside his chariot. This kind of
Yeah,
stories
yeah,
are really fascinating.
yeah. And even killing of Bhishma Pitama, for that matter, when
Yeah.
when they bring Shikhandi in, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
True.
it's great.
And even like it was ahead of its time, like as you mentioned about Shikandi, I guess from Mahabharat, the concept of,
Gender
gender
transformation,
transformation.
gender transformation.
Yeah, gender transformation. That
Because,
started,
yeah,
now I realize that started from the Mahabharat itself.
correct, correct. And he's like he says now because if you keep Shikhandi in front, then Bhishma Pitama won't, he will not take up his bow and arrow because he will not like fight a woman.
It's a woman. Yeah.
So yeah, that's true. And see, no, it is so true. Like Arjuna, how many of us we face such situation in life where there is a crossroad. We don't know which way to take. Though like there's a tussle inside our mind. Like we don't know whether to go this side or to go that side, isn't it?
True.
And yeah, but what I feel is, see, we are not perfect. We cannot be sure that this is the right way. But once you have taken the decision, walk that way with dignity, and whatever comes, be prepared to.
Definitely.
Yeah,
And I guess today's youngsters, some of them are like Arjuna. They have all the things that they are able to win the war, but sometimes they feel, they need a Krishna in their life, I guess. And in terms of Bhagavad Gita and books, I guess they can find their Krishna.
yeah, yeah, true, true. And above all that, my perception is self motivation is the best motivation. You can read books, talk to people, listen to motivating speeches, but that has to like come within you.
True.
If it doesn't come from within you, it will not last long. I may
Hmm.
talk to you, you may be a motivational speaker, you may motivate me, but for how long? It
Definitely.
will remain with me for say half an hour or maximum one day. After that, slowly deela pad jayega, isn't it?
Yeah. You will be
But
back
if
to
it,
the same.
like if you are able to light the fire within me, then that's it. You have
Hmm.
done the work.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So that takes you long. And I
Hmm.
believe that there is no age bar to it. Because there are examples of so many people who have performed, like in their late 50s or even, isn't it?
True. And I guess life is all about figuring out life. Like there is no such thing as perfection. So even if what if you make mistakes, it's okay, I guess.
Yes. Never, yeah, correct. Never run behind perfection. There's nothing
Hmm.
called as perfection,
True.
isn't it? If you're
Yeah.
doing it right, then it should follow you instead of you chasing it. And
Hmm.
whenever we chase something, now it goes away from us. It makes us, like run faster. Not only run faster, then we get dejected and then we feel, sorry. And then, but once, we are right and we are doing it right, it will come after us. That should be the mentality.
Okay.
That's why
And
I
in
say, like, increase your self worth, enrich yourself, increase your self worth so that you attract things to you, things, people, or whatever. I don't need, like, my mother told me one thing when I was very young. She told me that whenever you're going in, like in a group, you're getting inside the group, looking at you, they should say, ah, she's coming.
Hmm.
They should not say, oh, she has come.
True.
It's only the slight difference, ah and oh, but it says it all.
But were you this much, conscious about life when you were around the age of mine, like when you were younger?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So you have been always like this.
Yeah, yeah. And that's, I said, no, all thanks to my mother. I don't know what, like maybe because I've seen a lot of downs in life, Janelle, but only this has kept me going.
Mm-hmm. The valuable
So
teachings of
maybe
your
my
mother.
mother, I don't know, somehow subconsciously she knew that, like she did good to me, that she made me, such an individual that I'm able to take care of myself independently, both, like financially, mentally also. Because
Mhm.
nowadays, financial freedom for a woman is very important. Very important. That's a separate topic, but
We'll
I'll
discuss
say
about.
yes, yes, yes. So it's the I guess I was mature at an early age because I was we are two sisters. I'm the elder one. So
Okay.
automatically the elder one, you know, is
Mm, you are.
given the
Mm,
responsibility. So
yeah.
yeah,
And as of now, do you teach Hindi? Like, I guess you teach Hindi.
yeah.
So, do you teach offline or is it online?
Mostly offline, online
Okay.
also. Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Working women who are like working weekdays. So for them, tomorrow, Sunday, I take morning class, offline,
Mhm.
online class.
Wow. Inspiring. Nice. And so, what do you like to teach more? English or Hindi?
Language is, like language is my passion.
Okay. Be it any language.
Oh, yeah, both. So, like I feel privileged that I'm able to, like, if somebody has a doubt, I can clarify in both the
Mm.
languages as well as my native language, because my career graph took off only because of my language skills.
Mm, definitely.
Market research, because, I had my language skills, I was able to, like, I got a better exposure and I was
Oh.
able to climb up the ladder. So that's what
Mm,
I feel, that, like if your language skills are good, then you can withstand and you can, like there are many opportunities.
yeah.
Because I was
True.
doing freelancing, only translating, transcribing.
Okay.
The clients who were coming from North say they will not understand the local language. So there'll be a group discussion going on. There'll be a person moderating the group. It might be in Tamil. Then the client will be sitting in another room and watching via CCTV. So I'll be sitting and simultaneously I'll be translating it to him. So I can translate both in Hindi as well as in English, since I knew both the language. So they felt comfortable with me. So, like that way I got a lot of work.
Wow.
So yeah. So financially also it kept me going.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a
Nice.
win-win situation for me. Yeah.
Nice.
Altogether.
Even I can see eye to eye with you. Like I resonate with you because without English, I was nothing. Like after, as I mentioned in that video, I was clueless after completion of my 10th grade, and luckily enough, I got the exposure with English language, and because of that reason, I started earning my bread and butter. And after that, I was always, health conscious person. I was always into health and fitness. So I decided, after joining a free yoga class, I decided that I want to make something in yoga as well. So now I'm teaching yoga, and
Very good.
English is a big part of my life.
We should be multifaceted, isn't it? We shouldn't restrict ourselves to only one, talent. That's what I learned from my boss, who has been my guiding light when I
Oh.
was working. Till date, he is my guiding light because he has taught me a lot in job as well as, as a person. So he
Hmm,
was one who should say that, develop your talent such that you have a multifaceted personality. People
definitely.
see you for more than one thing.
Hmm, true.
So maybe I'm blessed that I had good people around me. That also matters a lot
Definitely.
because
There is
I,
a quote that goes
yes.
like this, if I'm not mistaken, like you are the average of the five people that you surround yourself with.
Um, yeah, and there's another, na, ki tell me who your friends are, I'll tell you who you are.
Yes, yes, definitely. Mm,
Yeah. So I call this at Satsangati. This is Sangati for me. If your Sangati is good, half the job is done.
nice. Mm,
Because you should be, surrounded with good people, friends or whatever you call it, mentors, friends, whoever. If they are good, then you don't need to worry.
okay.
Isn't yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I've taken a lot of time of yours. Though, like
I'm
I can
thoroughly
go on
enjoying the
and
conversation.
on.
It's like, having opened a book which speaks a lot of life lessons and all. It's like
Correct.
reading
Yeah.
a book. So I'm enjoying it. And I would like to ask you, like, how do you keep up with, how do you keep yourself relevant in terms of languages?
Maybe I like because of my curious nature, if I hear something at once, I need to know about it at
Mm-hmm.
once. So, like
Okay.
I Google or do whatever and I keep myself informed and I read
Mm-hmm.
about it and the keywords I jot it down so that it goes inside my memory. Next time when I talk to somebody, if like if that information is relevant, I will pass on, or else also I will pass on because I believe in sharing information. Because
Makes
I
sense.
remember in your video also you talked about knowledge,
Mm.
isn't it? Acquiring knowledge alone is not enough. So
Yeah,
I
you have to.
also believe in that applied knowledge is power. It is
Mm.
knowledge is power, applied knowledge is power. I have the knowledge, but I'm not applying it or I'm not sharing it, then
It's
there's
gonna
no
get
use.
rusty. Yeah, definitely.
The more you share, the more, like it will come back to you and you will be a strong, secure person. So you
Mm.
have any what do you call? You won't have any apprehensions or any like you won't feel bad at least like for me it is like that. I don't have any fears or any barriers that somebody
Mm.
is going to take away something from me. No, the more you take away these things, the more I'll become wiser. So you are helping me, in fact, in becoming wiser. So yeah. So as a
Nice.
person, you are like like so that spreads happiness and positive attitude around you. So people will want to be with you.
True.
Yeah.
And okay, nice. And how do you keep yourself positive all the time? Or
I
do
think
you
it's
have?
become a habit now, Janal. It's
Okay.
become a habit. Earlier, I practiced it consciously. I had to practice it. Now it's come to a level that now it's become my second nature. So I
Mm-hmm.
don't need to practice it.
So
When I was
don't you?
really down in the dumps, I didn't know that like I could. When you are literally down, your mentality is not such na that you can
True.
see the day, light of the day. You will feel that there's darkness around. But
Hmm.
then there were like mentors for me who helped me who said that like the arrow has gone down, it has touched the ground, that means there is no further down, it only has to go up.
Up. Yeah. Rise like a phoenix, I guess.
uh yes, true, very true. So that so now it's become a second nature.
Yeah. But I guess this kind of attitude comes once you have experienced a certain phase of life, like after having years of experience, then you would be able to have a calm mind like this.
I know that is debatable again, General. People
Okay.
say maybe I did it like that, but there are people who are very proactive who can
Hmm.
do, but
Okay.
they are really like people of high caliber. That we can say. Yeah. Because see, I'm a normal human being only after I got hit, like I got this knowledge. But there are
Hmm.
people who are proactive and they do it actively. They practice
Makes
it
sense.
actively. Yeah. For me, it was a journey, because that's what I was telling somebody, when I was conversing with them that whenever we climb up, people don't see the climb. They only see that where you are on top. They feel that oh wow, but then for that wow, how much whatever steps I have taken, how many times I have fallen down, again got up, brushed myself and again climbed, only I will know.
Yeah, that makes sense. True.
Yeah. That's
And
what life is.
What are the new things that you have recently learned about English language that you can share with me?
Language, English language, new things.
Nothing much. I guess you might be learning subconsciously, but as of now, you might not be able to recall it.
Yeah, yes. I always love reading articles
Okay.
because I like the way somebody writes, then how to present the same sentence in a different manner. That's why I read newspaper articles, especially the Sunday newspaper articles. That's one, compulsory for me. Morning, I have to read it. It's an addiction with me.
Okay.
Plus, I do crossword puzzles, a lot of crossword puzzles, because
Wow.
that sharpens your mind and also adds to your vocabulary.
Makes sense.
Because reading plain vocabulary is sometimes boring. So you have to make it into a fun activity. Otherwise,
Mm-hmm.
we feel like, like we won't feel like doing. So
True.
crossword puzzles and, like articles, yes, of course. And a lot of self-development, self-help content.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
That
Mm.
fascinates me. As of now, that fascinates me.
Nice. And as I guess when it comes to YouTube or movies that you don't like to watch, right? In context of English, like English.
Movies, I don't watch much. Though I
Hmm.
listen to podcasts, maybe I
Okay.
listen to speakers, but that too, I don't have, like regular speakers who I listen to regularly. No.
Got it.
Yeah. My formula is, like at the end of the day, when I sleep, I should feel peace at myself.
Mm-hmm.
Myself, there is no regrets. I've done my job today, and like I've done a little bit of meditation before going to sleep. Not too much, but little bit, so that I empty my mind, my especially my trash can, so that next day it is empty to take on the next day ka kachara. So that
Mm.
I do religiously, and yeah, that's it.
Okay. And do you feel tired as you, like me, as you are also fond of your work, you love your work, you don't see it as a
Yeah.
work?
Some days it is, some days it is tiring.
Mm.
Depends on the students and the topic that I'm teaching that day. If it's like really, mentally, I get tired. But
Yeah.
again, like the medicine for it is talking to somebody.
Mm.
When you
True.
talk to somebody, na, so you feel good. So it, like you're tired mentally. When you're tired, that thing goes away. Then you won't feel it.
Yeah.
At least before going to sleep, I talk to somebody. Like
Okay.
it may be even, like somebody, to do with English conversation,
Mm-hmm.
something, or some random thing where, like your mind is, you're just unwiring yourself.
Right. Wow. Nice. I'll apply the same thing. Like I, at the end of the day, sometimes like you, I feel like it's been a hell of a day, and sometimes I feel like that. But tend to read books, or I tend to hit the hay a little bit early. But I guess now I'll try it this way.
Any New Year resolution you have taken or you're yet to take?
No, I would like to maintain the things that I'm doing as of now. I feel like I'm doing a lot of good things, so I want to maintain the things that I'm already doing, and I want to make progress in it. So nothing
Any
new.
any habit that you would want to develop or any habit that you would want to, like get rid of?
Yeah, like I told you, I often think a lot about my future, even though I possess a lot of skills. So overthinking, I guess, I would like to get rid of it. So
Correct.
that thing is there.
Correct. Correct. Good, good, good.
Um,
Yes.
all right, ma'am. I guess I
Yeah.
won't hold you any longer.
Sure.
It has been a pleasure having a conversation with you, and I'm looking forward to our next conversation as well.
Sure. Sure. We'll have a conversation on any topic if you feel right. We can
Definitely.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll drop your line. Okay. Take care, ma'am.
Bye.
Have a great
Bye. Take care and all the very best. Bye. Bye. Bye.